Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are in a different setting. What we're gonna do today, I have an amazing shoe haul. I'm so excited to show you guys because I am so excited to get these items listed. So I've been very motivated to get this filmed. I also wanted to show you guys, like I said, I wanted to film in my shoe room because I've gotten so many questions about how do I store my shoes. I love selling shoes. You probably, if you're on my Insta stories a lot or you see my Instagram posts, which shameless plug if you don't, I do a lot of shoes, and actually right now we're selling a lot of like sweaters and coats as well. Those are like our top two categories. So because of that, I always look for shoes when I'm going to the stores. So I'm going to show you some footage of my shoe storage. So basically this room, I used to have my shoes in totes. I'd actually bag them. I wouldn't exactly number those bags. I would just keep them in totes similar to how I do it with my clothing because it was fairly easy for me. Like I get one-off shoes. I don't tend to have a lot of the same ones. Now that has steered me wrong before. Yes?
Can I come in?
Sure.
Sorry.
Filming.
I need nail polish remover.
Wheeler type of 8, if you did not know. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, my storage room. So I found this to be the easiest way to store my clothing, my shoes. So what I've done is I've put them up against a wall. It's actually my photographing room, but just the back wall is full of shoes. We actually have like four or five shelves at this point. And each shelf holds 50 shoes. Oh, that's what I was saying before. It has actually, it bitten me in the butt before when I don't actually do a code. Doc Martens are very similar, or yeah, they all look the same, fairly the same. And there's been times before where I've grabbed one and it was the wrong size. And so I've just had to really take note of that when I am pulling items. Standardly, they do kind of look like one-off shoes though. So it's really easy to be like, oh, that's the shoe. But I do double and sometimes triple check, which I'm sure wastes a little bit of time. But I love the way that the shoes are set now. I also don't have any worries. Before, when I would put them in a bag, the shoes in a bag, and then I'd put them in a tote, they, you know, you've got leather shoes or you have flats and they'd sometimes get squished. And it was just too much work to make sure that the shoes were all going to remain in good condition. Whereas now I just keep them on these shelves. I know that they're there. I know that they're sitting properly. I know that they're not getting squished. I know that the condition is going to stay just like the way that I did photograph them the first time. So that is how I store my shoes. Now, as I'm showing you this haul today, I am gonna also show you the ways that I look up comps about certain shoes. Typically, you're gonna see a lot of sneakers in this one, so we're gonna just show you some tips and tricks on that. So without further ado, let's get this going. The first one we have up are Tevas. These are teal flats. They actually do have the material that kind of seems like the almost like the water shoe style. And these ones, to be honest, I did not look up comps for this one because we have sold Tevas before. We know they have a good following. We know they sell fairly well. And typically when I am doing a store shopping trip, I will not pay attention to how much an item costs. I will average it out at the end. It makes it a lot easier for me when I am listing the item to remember, okay, all of these shoes are this much money per shoe. However, if there are shoes, which there is one in here, that I did purchase and they were over $20, I will kind of keep note of how much I spent on those higher end shoes because I want to get my money back. So that's where it makes sense. And then it also doesn't jack up the price of all the other ones simply because I had like one or two pairs of a higher end, if that makes sense. I've gotten a lot of questions about that before, so I did just want to provide you with that tip too, if that is something you are interested in. This was another pair of shoes that for us tends to just sell really well, and so the price was good. These are Keens. They're in really great condition. The tread looks really phenomenal on the bottoms of them. This is another great, more water shoe, summery shoe, sandal. So I might sit on these, I might not. You know, I'm both on Poshmark and eBay, and you never know when someone's going to travel. I mean, we are in a bit of a pandemic right now, so there might not be a whole lot of traveling right now. But all that to be said, I never pay attention to what season. I mean, I take that back. I do pay attention to what season it is and be mindful to list those items first, but I don't hold myself back from listing things that might be more of a summer or a spring item, because you just never know when someone is actually going to need that item. So I might sit on those, but all told, the comps of those are good. We always have great results with those. The next shoe is Adidas, and these are Canandra TR7s. So I can look up a keyword like this into Poshmark or into eBay or even into Google and figure out what the comps are going for this or what the retail of this shoe was. Obviously, retail is not the same as resale. So if I cannot find enough information when I'm putting in some of the basic things that I can just pull from looking at the shoe, I then go to the codes inside of the shoe. And there's little codes down here. Now, when it comes to Adidas, I can't ever remember which one is technically the style number, because there's 4 lines of different numbers and codes or letters. So that being said, it might take me a second to look up the comps for them. But with this one, the tread was amazing on the bottom of them. They look like they're in new condition. So between the comps that I had found, and I can't remember what they were at this point, it was worth purchasing. I want to say they are like $45, $50 that people were selling them comp-wise. And I just love having, oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention. Anytime you look at a shoe, sometimes it's not even about the style of it, but it also is, oh, I just drew blank on the name, the colorway. So you could have, let's pull out a different one. You could have like a Nike shoe like this. Let's see if you say Nike Hyper Dunk 2015, or just put in Hyper Dunk, and there's tons of different ones. You might see a trend where there's a specific colorway that is selling a lot more than the other. So don't just pay attention to the style of the shoe and go, okay, this is worth picking up, because you might actually get a colorway that isn't a good value in the resale market. This one was one of those that was a good value and even better than some of the other colorways, because this shoe, this one kind of worn off on this side, but you can see here, this one has a breast cancer symbol on it. And so what that told me was there was some sort of collaboration with breast cancer when developing this shoe. And sure enough, come to find out this was a limited edition shoe that was about breast cancer awareness, and the value of this shoe was really high. I even saw comps upwards to like 100, 120, but because there is some wear and the breast cancer symbol is a little worn out on this side, I know I'm not going to get as much for it, but it was still worth picking up, being that it had such a high value, and someone will enjoy it for sure. Okay, let's pull out this one, because I was so excited to find this in the store. This was my first time finding this brand in a thrift store. I was so excited. This is a Tory Burch boot, which is perfect for the season. Again, I do still take note of what season we are in, I promise. But this was one of them that I did pay up for. These are a size 9. Whoops. I haven't been sharing the sizes so far. I'm not going to go back, but just so you know, if there's ever anything that you do see in these, I provide these videos to you as an educational purpose, but I have had people in my Insta stories before and on YouTube say, hey, do you still have that in stock? I would love nothing more than to sell it to you. As I've already stated, these aren't listed in my stores yet, so you could be the first opportunity to purchase the item. So these ones are still up for grabs. So this is a size 9. And when we do have some fall boots or just any sort of boots and flats, honestly, there is typically either a name or a style number in the inside of the shoe. Sometimes it's actually right here. For this one, it is just right here. And this one doesn't have a name, but it does say S/N, which would mean style number. So I would put in Tory Burch brown boots style number and do that into Google. And this one, when it came up, it was a beautiful thing. I'm so excited to get this listed. Again, why I wanted to get this haul ready and posted on YouTube, because I just want to list these items. This is J. Crew. I love these little ballet flats. If they were my size, I probably would have kept them. And if I was still working at a office job, which I'm not. These are 6.5. Look at the bottoms of them. Like, I don't even think they were ever worn. Like, maybe worn around the store, but that's about it. So I'm super stoked with these. And J. Crew, just from my experience and the analytics that I have in my store, we have been selling for about 3 years now. I think 2.5, 3 years. So I know that J. Crew does really well for us. So I picked these up just on the whim from that. I found right here, it does say style number. So if you weren't sure about a shoe like this, you would put in J. Crew. These are classified as like a flat or a ballet flat. And then you could put style number and follow suit with what the numbers say right there. Next, we have a Kate Spade. These are adorable. They're a light blush pink, and they have like an ombre detailing. So you've got like just a standard suede here, and then you go up to the front, it has this like fun glittery detail. When you look inside the shoe, they look a little dirty, so I'm gonna absolutely wipe them down. There is a little frame right here, which I'll probably just take a light or two just to kind of seal that up. And I don't recall with these if there was a style number, but it was worth us obviously picking up. And this is a size 7.5B. These are a Sam Elderman, and Sam Eldermans are really good with putting a name inside of their shoe. And in this case, I think this one was a little better seen. When you look inside, where did it go? Oh, it's back there. So you probably won't see it, but way back there at the bottom of where it shows the size, the made in China, any other like material descriptions, it says Shea. Shea is the style name of this particular boot. So you'd put in Sam Elderman Shea's and then be able to find what the value of these shoes are in the resale market. These ones are in really great condition as well. They just kind of look dirty on the bottoms, but the tread, if you actually look at them, still has some life in them. And it's fall, they're black, they go with everything. I'm excited to get those up too. Next, I like threw all these in here, and so like I'm finding like one shoe and I can't find the pair right now, but you just need to see one shoe, so that's okay. These are adorable. These are Hannah Anderson little girl boots. They're actually a red suede, and I just love the like embroidered detail right here. They're so fun. I'm glad they're not my daughter's size. My daughter gets so many shoes, but in my defense, she asks for them. So this is a size 4M, and I kind of took a whim on these. I've never found Hannah Anderson like shoes, let alone boots, before, and I'm really glad I did take a chance with these, because when I was like in the line at the Goodwill, like flipping through comps, I was finding these selling at like $35 to $40, and particularly this color had sold recently for $35 on Poshmark, so that was well worth it for me. Next, we have some Madewell flats, and these are definitely going to be one that'll be super fashionable come springtime, so not necessarily something right now, but they were worth the price, so I did pick them up. They are a size 8. Super cute. And I was trying to see. I feel like there's somewhere in here. So this is like what I generally do. I will like go into the store, find all the different shoes that I like, and then pull them aside and start checking the comps. So this is very similar to J. Crew, which makes sense because they're both owned by the same thing. Their style number is right here in the corner, which is a little difficult to photograph if I do say so myself, but I will at least put the details in the listing. All right. Oh, I forgot I got these. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, these these are UGG lace up, and they have that like velvety feel to them. And let me just say, like, amazing condition. The feel of the fur inside still has some great life to it. The tread on the bottoms feel like they've only been worn a handful of times. I mean, it even still has the sticker on it, a little broken up, but I still can read it. So great information for me to be able to determine if this was going to be a great because sometimes, let me say this, when you're looking up comps, you can look up something and go, hey, there's some great value to it, but it could be brand new with tagged, or it could be in worse condition and you're seeing it going for a good price or a lower price. So you also want to pay attention to the condition of the item to determine whether or not you should pick it up. In this case, I've actually never found a shoe, boot-ish, Standardly, I find Uggs being more of a snow boot. So these were kind of a fun change. And typically I have seen a heifer or something on my hair. Moving on. Typically I find the boots sell really well. So finding these unique pieces with this brand specifically, they tend to have a higher price in the resale market. Moving on. Okay, these are men's Skechers, which funny enough, I did not know this until I started doing reselling, but Skechers is one of the top shoe brands that sells worldwide. Sorry, there was a bug. I was so blown away by that. Actually, a really great Instagram to follow if you are wanting to get into shoes. The thrift sort of market for shoes would be, I think there are Z and Y. Wow, phenomenal. They specifically sell shoes. That is their expertise. And they are constantly saying, like, here's the shoes that we've sold. Here's the list of all of them. Skechers always tends to be the highest ones. And they were the one that said this, which blew me away. But the more I began to look at the market, I realized that it's true. A lot of people do buy Skechers. So I started to take note of that. These ones are the Skechers lightweight memory foam, wide fit. So those were different keywords I kind of looked up when I was trying to search for this one. They look in amazing condition. There's also, I always try to make sure back here there's no like pulling, because that can kind of show signs of wear, or even up here. This material always tends to be a little more sensitive. And if a foot is being pulled in and out for a very long time, starts to get somewhere. Or in the back, if you start to see this sunken in, that means someone had a habit of trying to slip on their shoes and just pushing down on that back part, which really helps to kind of, not helps, but causes the shoe to get worn out a lot sooner. So this one, that's kind of my test run, kind of look at everything, looks really good. They're men's, they're a great size. Check the comps, they were doing pretty well. This is a size 12 in men's. So I picked them up. All right, and then one more in this IKEA bag. Literally one more. Like, I don't know where the pair is. This is a Torrid flat. I love getting Torrid, especially in shoes. I can't find it all the time. They're kind of a tried and true. You're gonna get it around $25 on Poshmark, maybe 30. This one was a lot more stylish than styles that I have sold before. What I love about Torrid is clearly they're kind of more in the plus size market, and so they tend to have wider shoes. They're stylish, they're wide, which really helps to hit a market that I like to reach as well. This is a 8 wide, and you can see, hopefully you'll see it, but there's some numbers right at the top here, and I believe that is the style number for Torrid. So I put that in, looked it up, comps looked good, basically around the price range that I was expecting, that $25 to $30 range. So they were worth it for me at the cost that they were. Bag out. Oh, these were so cute. I loved these because they're just such a unique and different style. These are Adidas. They're like a suede teal, super adorable. They are a size 6.5. And again, we've got the style in here. I looked it up. This colorway was a really good one, so I was really excited about that. The tread on the bottom looks really good. So all different things that I was taking a look at. I mean, suede on this does not look like there's any wear on like the sides, which typically they'll rub against each other. I mean, I was pretty fortunate. I did pay up for this one as well, so this will probably be another one that I'm gonna pull aside and make sure that we get the money back for them. But I mean, I don't even see any water damage on there, you guys. Like, they look so great. I'm excited to get those listed. I'm probably like literally gonna film this video and like hightail it downstairs and just photograph, because these are all in such great condition. Here's another Tory Burch. I was so excited. I didn't find not one, but two during the shopping haul. There we go. With this one was a little more tricky. Ooh, I think, was it on here? No. This one took me a minute to figure out. Oh, that's right. It's like brand spanking new. So on the bottom, they still had the sticker, and on the sticker, it has style number, which on these shoes, you wouldn't be able to find it any other way. So I was really happy about that. I was able to look these ones up, and I want to say the price of these, like for resale, was like $75. I was seeing them sell for. Okay, so we've already shown the boot. I found the new boot. That's the other boot I've already shown you. All right, we are down to 2. Here's some New Balance. So I really actually hit all the different brands that we like to sell for shoes. We've got the New Balance, the Skechers, Adidas, Nike, Keens, Tevas. Those are really a lot of brands that we have sold regularly in our store before. These New Balance, I just loved the colorway. They were super adorable. The tread on the bottom, it just looks sturdy, but they have some great life in them still. And with New Balance, it, I believe, was the same thing. Yeah, if you look inside, there is some codes. They actually even have like the little barcode thing. Typically that just sends you to the actual store. So what I did in this case, when I first started, I put New Balance, and then there's a detail information right there. So I put in fresh foam, but in this case I put in the style number. The colorway was doing really good with this one for comp purposes, so I bought them. And the last one is Eileen Fisher. I love Eileen Fisher. Anytime I've had her shoes, they've sold out. So I definitely had to pick these up, even though they weren't necessarily in style, or not in style, but in season. What I liked about this one specifically, that espadrille style was super popular in the springtime. So I imagine that's going to happen again. The neat thing about these is they had that for you to step on, but there was like leather in the areas that it really made sense, so your foot wasn't super itchy. And on the bottom, there was a rubber sole. I've actually seen shoes before where the espadrille is like the sole or the bottoms, and after a while, it kind of like breaks apart, and it's really hard to, it compromises the shoe. So I liked that those different details that Eileen Fisher put in to the shoe, it just made it a little more upper class. I'm not seeing a style name in this one, but I'm pretty sure I just put in Eileen Fisher espadrille flats and was able to find the one. This is a size 9. The condition is just fabulous as well. So, and that is it for this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave down in the comments below what are some other videos you would love to see. I am going to be posting every single week. I'm super excited to get back into the rhythm of this, but I want to hear what it is that you guys want to see as well. I have a few ideas, but I want to hear what it is that you guys want to see next. I will be doing a clothing haul soon, so stick around, be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.